Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Pakistan's military has killed 274 Taliban personnel during Operation Ghazab-ul-Haq, launched to repel coordinated cross-border attacks along the frontier with Afghanistan. At a briefing in Rawalpindi, ISPR Director General, Lieutenant General Ahmed Sharif Chowdhury, said assaults were thwarted across 15 sectors after intelligence indicated militant movement. He said firing was reported at 53 locations overnight, with more than 400 opposing fighters injured, dozens of posts destroyed, and several captured. 12 Pakistani soldiers were martyred and 27 wounded during the operation. The military said air operations struck 22 locations, including sites in Kabul, Kandahar, and Paktia, targeting what it described as militant infrastructure. Pakistan also reported downing drones used in attempted attacks. Chowdhury warned the Afghan Taliban must choose between Pakistan and militant groups operating from Afghan soil, saying Islamabad would continue to act against threats under the National Action Plan. Defence Minister Khawaja Asif said Pakistan's cup of patience has overflowed. Now it is open war. Taliban spokesperson Zabihullah Mujahid said Pakistani forces carried out airstrikes in parts of Kabul, Kandahar, and Paktia. Separately, Federal Information Minister Atta Tarar says an illegal Taliban government is in place in Afghanistan, which supports militant groups targeting Pakistan. Speaking in Islamabad, Tarar said Pakistan responded effectively to recent cross-border aggression and took control of several Afghan posts. He said that Afghan territory was used in recent attacks in the federal capital, including incidents in Kacheri and Tarnal. The minister also criticised the Taliban's policies on women and minorities, saying new laws restrict basic rights and contradict international and Islamic principles. Meanwhile, President Trump has indicated no immediate plans to intervene in the recent Pak-Afghan clashes, but praised Islamabad's leadership instead. Responding to a reporter's question, Trump said he gets along very well with Pakistan and described Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir as people he respects. He said Pakistan was doing terrifically well without outlining any mediation role or de-escalation effort by Washington. China has voiced serious concern over rising tensions between Pakistan and Afghanistan, urging both sides to exercise restraint and resolve their differences through dialogue and consultation. The Chinese Foreign Ministry said it is closely monitoring developments and is ready to continue playing a constructive role. A spokesperson said Pakistan and Afghanistan are close neighbours, adding that Beijing is closely watching the current situation and is deeply concerned about the escalation of the conflict. Moreover, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have held high-level telephonic contact as regional tensions continue to draw attention. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq spoke with Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan bin Abdullah, discussing key regional issues and ways to reduce tensions. The call focused on important developments in the region and the broader security environment. During the call, the Pakistani and Saudi foreign ministers discussed ways to reduce tensions while safeguarding the region's security and stability. Meanwhile, Iran has stepped forward with an offer to mediate, urging both Pakistan and Afghanistan to resolve their differences through dialogue and cooperation. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said Tehran is ready to provide all possible assistance to facilitate constructive engagement between Kabul and Islamabad. In a statement posted on X, Araghchi said Iran is prepared to help facilitate dialogue between Pakistan and Afghanistan. On the other hand, the United States and Iran have made progress in talks over Tehran's nuclear program. But hours of negotiation ended with no sign of a breakthrough that could avert potential US strikes amid a massive military build-up. Omani Foreign Minister Saeed Badr al-Busaidi said in a post on X after the day's meetings in Switzerland that the two sides plan to resume negotiations soon after consultations in their countries' capitals, with technical-level discussions scheduled to take place next week in Vienna. President Donald Trump says he is not happy with Iran, but expects further talks on Tehran's nuclear program. Speaking before departing for Texas, Trump said he wants a deal, but insists Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Negotiations continued this week amid a major US military buildup in the region. Trump said he does not want to use force, but added that sometimes it may be necessary. Trump also raised the prospect of what he called a friendly takeover of Cuba, saying Secretary of State Marco Rubio was handling the issue at a very high level. He said the Cuban government was in serious financial trouble and in talks with Washington. He did not provide details on what a takeover would involve. The United States has provided on-site passport services in the West Bank settlement of Efrat, marking the first time American consular officials have offered such services inside a settlement. The US Embassy in Jerusalem said the move is part of efforts to reach Americans living abroad. The embassy said similar services would also be offered to American Israeli nationals in Ramallah and other locations, as debate continues over settlement expansion and the future of the territory. A blast and fire in a cafe have killed at least 7 people and injured 19 in Kazakhstan's northern town of Shchuchinsk. Local authorities said a 16-year-old girl was among the casualties, with as many as 13 still in hospital, but gave no further details. The European Union will fast-track the provisional application of its controversial free trade agreement with South America's Mercosur bloc. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says the move is aimed at securing a first-mover advantage, despite mounting political resistance within the EU. Lawmakers recently voted to challenge the agreement in the bloc's top court, a step that could delay its full implementation by up to 2 years. Germany's unemployment total remains above 3 million, despite a slight monthly decline, as prolonged economic weakness continues to weigh on Europe's largest economy. Labour office figures highlight the strain of years of stagnation on the job market. The data presents a major challenge for Chancellor Friedrich Merz's government, which has pledged to revive growth after 2 years of contraction and is preparing for a series of key state elections in the months ahead. Former US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has told a congressional committee that she did not remember ever meeting the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and had no information to share about his criminal activities. Clinton said in a statement that she did not recall ever encountering Mr. Epstein and never flew on his plane or visited his island, homes, or offices. Following a 7-hour appearance before the panel, Clinton told reporters she repeatedly was asked the same questions throughout the day, but that she also offered some suggestions on conducting the investigation. And thousands of Americans are turning to paid plasma donation to cover rent and bills, as the United States supplies nearly 70% of the world's plasma exports. Donors can give up to twice a week, with many earning under $20,000 a year. While centers promote saving lives, critics say the industry relies heavily on low-income communities, raising ethical concerns about compensation and the physical toll on donors. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.